Grab your coat, don't forget your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep, life is sweet. So direct your feet to the sunny, sunny side of the street. Can't you hear that pitter-pat? That's a fact, a happy sound of your footsteps as you move to the sunny side of the street. Grab your coat, don't forget your hat. Leave your worries on the doorstep, life is sweet. So direct your feet to the sunny, sunny side of the street. Oh yeah, the sunny, sunny side of the street. Well, there you have it. That's an old song. Quite a few different versions. Ella Fitzgerald, Frank Sinatra, Benny Goodman, most of the big bands did it. Quite a few different singers have sung it, and there's even a kind of mixture of different lyrics. The first verse is always basically the same. Grab your coat, don't forget your hat, leave your worries on the doorstep. From there on, it kind of gets changed up a little bit. But anyway, you can check it out and Google the sunny side of the street and you'll find lots of different versions. And I would guarantee that probably 98% of them are better than mine. Alrighty, let's get on with today's video. Reminder, July 23rd, St. Vidal's Park, Winnipeg, Manitoba, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. a YouTube creators meet and greet with a potluck lunch at 12 noon. For further info on that, you can go to Driveshaft Drew's channel. He does updates periodically and has done a drive-through of the park so you can see exactly where we'll be meeting. I hope to see you there. Alright, let's get busy with today's casserole. That's what we're making, a casserole. Now I call this one an equal measures casserole. Well, why is that? Well, because the main ingredient I'm using today is ham. Now you could use chicken, you could use tuna fish, you could use salmon, you could use chopped up stew beef that's cooked. Whatever kind of meat you want to use, then you're going to do equivalent. So I have about 1.5 cups of cubed, diced, whatever term you want to use, ham. So everything else falls in proportion with that. I'm going to move the camera over and we're going to get started on this. Just a quick note, there's lots of fancy dishes you can make. Chicken cordon bleu, all kinds of things like that. And I do make those occasionally, but I like to stick to simple things on my YouTube channel. Things the average person can make. This casserole today is so simple to make, something you can throw together last minute using leftovers. That's the kind of thing I like to make on here because if you want fancy, there's probably hundreds of channels on YouTube that do fancy. If you want simple, good, hearty food, I'm your guy. Let's get to it, shall we? Alrighty, so what are we going to use today? Well, like I said, I've got 1.5 cups of cubed or diced, whatever term you want to use, but it's ham cut into little cubes. And to that we're going to add, I'm 1.5 cups of mixed veggies. Now these are frozen mixed vegetables, as you can see. I have added a little bit of celery and a little bit of zucchini I had to it. Not much, but it was some I had and I wanted to use up, so I cut them up and added to it. And we'll just mix that together. All right, then to that we're going to add, now this was 1.5 cups, and I goofed here because what I should have done was about 3/4 cup, which would end up being 1.5 cups, but it's minute rice. Now it's cooked minute rice, so I'm not going to add all that I've done here. I'm only going to add about 1.5 cups. And that's the thing with this recipe. So if you have 2 cups of meat, then do 2 cups of veggies, 2 cups of rice. If you only have 1 cup of meat, 1 cup of veggies, 1 cup of rice.
like I say, it's proportional. So we're going to get that all mixed together in there. And to that, I'm going to add, now this, I'm not doing the full amount, but it should normally be 1.5 cups of cheese, grated cheese. I'm using cheddar, but I've only done 1 cup. So I'm going to add 1 cup of grated cheddar. Depending on how much you like cheese, you can decide if you want to do 1 cup or, or proportional. Again, if you're using 1.5 cups of meat, then 1.5 cups of cheese, if you so desire, or you can cut that down a little bit. All right, now to that, I'm going to add 1 can of a cream soup. Now I'm going to use cream of broccoli, but you could use cream of celery, cream of asparagus, cream of chicken. I wouldn't use cream of tomato, although you could. But we're going to add 1 can of cream soup. Now, some of you out there probably don't like broccoli, so you're probably going, well, I won't be using that. That's fine. Like I say, use cream of celery or cream of asparagus or any cream soup. You could even use cream of potato, I guess, if you wanted to. I hadn't really thought about that one, but being there's rice in here already, that's probably enough starch without adding more from potatoes. You had to use cream of potato with this. You might end up with a stiff upper lip. Just all that starch in there. All right. And then I'm going to add about 1/2 of the soup can of water, just to thin that out a little bit. And we're going to mix that all together. Just work that soup right through the mix. And if you get a little messy, hopefully your counter's clean, you can just put the escapee back in the bowl. All right, once you've got that mixed in there well, blend it all together. It's like I always say, mixing foods together is like a cocktail party. You want everybody to mingle and get to know each other. I've given this casserole a quick spray with some Ham. So once you've got that blended together, you can just turf that out into your casserole. Now if you wish, you can use a covered casserole. I'm using an open casserole. And just kind of mush that down in there fairly even. There we go. And then you're going to sprinkle over the top some breadcrumbs. Now I'm using crumbled Ritz crackers. I have a small food processor, and so I just put some Ritz crackers into the food processor and gave it a whirl, and there we go. So, but use whatever kind of crackers you want. You can use saltines if you want that, or just panko breadcrumbs, or whatever is your taste. Cheez-Its, Goldfish, whatever you like, but you need crumbs. So that's ready to go in the oven. I've got my oven preheated to 350 degrees, so we'll put it in to bake. And you're going to bake it for 45 minutes at 350 degrees. So we'll come back when it's done and see how it looks. Well, we're back. This is almost done. We're down to 18 seconds on the clock. So in a moment, we'll see how well the casserole turned out. Here we are. Here, I'll bring it over for a close-up. Look at that. Doesn't that look delicious? As I say, this is a really easy recipe, a basic meal, and good hearty nutrition. I hope you'll give it a try. Until next week with Tuesdays with the Pilgrim, take care, stay safe, and God bless.